Hello, everyone, and welcome to another one of our supplier showcases. My name's Nicola, and I am thrilled to be chatting with the very lovely Shell from Shell's Bells Wedding Stationery today, who is one of the wonderful suppliers that we recommend at Heaton House Farm. Shell will be telling us a little bit more about her business, as well as showcasing some of her beautiful designs. So if you do need some wedding stationery or need a bit of inspiration for your invites or place cards, she is the perfect supplier for you. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Shell.
Hello, thank you for
having
Shell,
me. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you, not too bad. Really looking forward to our chat this evening. So let's get started, shall we? So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the wedding business that you have?
Yeah, so I'm Shell, I'm 28 and I live in Wilmslow at the moment. I'm absolutely obsessed with golden retrievers, as you might be able to tell from the picture on screen. That's our boy Toby. He's not that size anymore. He's 2 years old, so he's massive now. But yeah, so I run a small business called Shell's Bells Wedding Stationery. And as the name would suggest, I specialise in wedding stationery. So all things invitations, save the dates, menus, table plans. A lot of my designs have a lot of greenery running through them and foliage. That's kind of like my signature style, but I do all kinds of different stationery depending on what my customers want.
Oh, I love that picture of Toby. So cute. Oh, amazing. So do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got into the industry then? How did it all begin?
Yeah, so it basically all started when I began planning my own wedding. This is 3 years ago now. God, I'm losing count. And I decided, because I've always been quite crafty and loved making things, and I've done a degree in design. I decided, yeah, I'll have a go at making all my own invitations and all my decorations, and I just loved it so much. I thought, I really want to do this for a living. And then that sparked the idea, and I just started thinking about it more and more, and I decided, you know what, life's short. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to really throw myself into it. So I handed my notice in like about 3 weeks before the wedding. And then when we got back from the honeymoon, I set the business up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you took a bit of a leap of faith, and it definitely looks like it paid off for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a leap of faith.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy, but
well, it's all fine. That's a lot of the time. That's how suppliers end up getting into this industry. They often start planning for their own wedding and then fall in love with it. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So what type of stationery can you provide?
So the main kind of stationery that I do is obviously wedding stationery, and I kind of split into 3 categories. So before the day, which is your save the dates and your wedding invitations. On the day, which is mainly like your menus, place cards, table numbers, seating plan, welcome sign, order of service, like any little decorative signs that you want around, like for your guest book or like a photo booth station, anything to do with your day. And then I do after the day stationery as well, so like your thank you cards if you want to send out a little note to your guests. And then yeah, it's not just weddings as well. I do other events and things as well. So I do christenings and baby showers. And as you know, I was lucky enough to help you with your Christmas event last year, which was circus themed. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it looked amazing. You did the little tickets as place cards for us, didn't you? And the amazing seating plan. It was so good. We absolutely loved it. So on theme. We loved it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was just so nice to have something different to do. It was I really enjoyed it.
Amazing. So loads of different options.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've got 19 different collections at the moment, which are all on my Instagram, like my website and my Etsy store if you wanted to have a look on there. And you can see some of them on the screen now. So there's loads of different ideas and things to choose from there. And I mean, if you like them as they are, that's great. But if not, they're a good starting point when you're starting to think about your stationery. You might like the font from one, the colours from another, and the way that another's put together. So I'm more than happy to like mix and match designs. And the changes are all included as part of my service as well. So that's not something extra that you have to like pay for or anything like that. So I'm really happy to adapt them all to whatever you're thinking. Changing the colour scheme as well, that's obviously a big thing, because I know a lot of my designs are green, so they don't all have to be green. You know, if you've got a colour theme in mind. But I do also do bespoke design, if you've already got something in mind specifically that you'd like. And I do like a challenge.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, because I know obviously you've got all the different styles that you do, like sort of the set styles. But my next question was going to be, obviously, we know a bride loves the Pinterest. So if anyone's got ideas already that maybe you haven't done before, are they able to come to you with their suggestions and their ideas, and you do more of a bespoke package for them?
Yeah, definitely. No, I love getting a bespoke project through, just because it's something different and interesting for me to work on. So that's always fun. And I've had some really cool briefs like over the last few years. I've got some examples.
Oh, lovely. Yes, we love a show and tell.
Yeah. So this this is one of the bespoke designs I was asked to do, which is actually of Heaton House Farm. The wedding so this is like a pop-up design. The guests would have received it all wrapped up with like ribbons and a little tag, and then it opens for a little pop-up, and then all your information and insert cards go in that little pocket there. So this was really cool for me to work on, because it's so different to like a lot of my other designs. So it's quite a nice creative challenge for me, working out how to do all the little pop-up bits, and then doing 60, 70 of them en masse.
I bet that took quite a long time.
Yeah, that kept me busy. That kept me out of trouble for a while. And then kind of totally different, but I had a couple who were getting married in Thailand, and they wanted a postcard style save the dates. This has got like a little handwritten message from them on the back, little stamps with where they live in Thailand on as well. So that was really cool to do. And a little sneak peek at the moment, I'm currently working on an origami. This is a prototype, by the way, hence the scribble. But don't know if you can see, I'm learning to do kind of like an origami wedding dress.
Oh, lovely.
So this is just a prototype, but yeah, that I just love getting, a challenge through. Something that's
amazing. You can pretty much do whatever the couple would like. You like a challenge, so we can throw a challenge at you.
Yeah. It's for someone who just loves making things, like it's really fun to get a nice brief through, like to do something a little bit different. So yeah, anything that you have in mind, feel free to throw your ideas at me. Yeah.
Amazing. So obviously, how do you keep up with all the latest trends? Because there's lots out there. So how do you make sure that your stationery is up to date with everything in the wedding world?
So, I mean, I guess it's mainly through Instagram and Pinterest, which I'm on all the time, probably more than I should be, to be honest.
You all are, don't worry.
Yeah, it's very addictive, yeah. And you see, there's so much content, especially on Pinterest, that you see coming through, from styled shoots as well as like real life weddings, and always looking at them for inspiration and ideas. And often you can click through to get links to really good blog posts and read a bit more about how they've put their designs together there. But I think also just from following real life brides and grooms and customers on Instagram and other suppliers that I've met, you just see a lot of like what people are having at the moment, and you get a feel for what the trends are. That's always fun, coming up with new designs and trying to keep them up to date.
Yeah, and you said earlier a lot of your stationery has sort of quite rustic vibes. It's got the greenery going through it as well. So is that sort of your like signature style, would you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. It all stems from the kind of wedding that I had, which was very rustic and like barn inspired, and like a eucalyptus bouquet. And I think it's obviously tied through to all the designs that I've come up with, because you just design something you love at the end of the day, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's very in keeping with the venue as well, that sort of style of decoration and invites. And obviously, if people are going down that vibe, that's great, but obviously you can do the bespoke pieces as well, so something for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you just want to slightly tweak one of my designs or you want something completely different from scratch, either way, it's cool with me.
Amazing. So just for everyone out there who's watching us this evening, we will be asking Shell some questions towards the end. If you do want to pop any of your own questions in the comments box, we can quiz her at the end of the questions that I have. So we'll carry on with my questions for you, Shell, if that's okay. So if a couple are obviously now interested in looking at your invites, your stationery in a bit more detail, do you offer like a consultation or a sample of what you can provide?
Yeah, so I do sample packs. So all of my existing designs, which again, you can have a little click through my Instagram if you want to see them all. I offer sample packs for all of them. And even if if you're struggling to choose from designs, then feel free to just ask me for a couple. Absolutely no problem to send them out in the post. And when they arrive, the sample packs will have a bit of everything in. So you'll have a full invitation suite, all the works as your guests would receive it. Got like a little example here to show you. So this is one of my designs called the Beckett, after my sister-in-law. So you would receive like an invitation like this. This has got your envelope with a liner in, so that's like a nice touch to add. Got your invitation and like a little information card that comes in, and then obviously got the vellum wrap, that's quite trendy at the moment, with the flowers printed on it and the little tag. So you get all of that in your sample pack, as well as some on the day items. So for example, like a menu and a place card, table numbers, things like that. I've got a couple of other little bits to hand here. This is the Jill. This is named after my mum. So this is the invitation. Yeah, it's really cool, this kind of design. If you've got loads of details you want to share with your guests, there's a lot of space on the wings. So yeah, with this sample pack, you get like a little menu and a little traditional place card.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's great to send these out before sort of doing an order, because then you get to really feel the quality of the paper and see the colours for yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just exciting to receive them in the post, like the same way that your guests would.
Yes, definitely. And I can also vouch for that, because I'm actually using Shell for my own wedding stationery, and it was so exciting to receive that sample pack in the post and to like sort of see the actual invite and everything. It's a really exciting part of the wedding planning process. And then obviously you've still got that. So if you're making like a scrapbook or anything like that, you've got that as a little keepsake as well, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all about the keepsakes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So are you able to, obviously, if a couple decides on their wording, at what stage can they make amendments? Can you change the date? Obviously, I bet you've had a lot of couples doing that recently as well. How does the amendment process work?
Yeah, so obviously I'm just like a one-woman band, so like I can be so flexible when it comes to changes. Like absolutely nothing has to be set in stone. So in terms of like wording and things, any changes that you want to make, absolutely fine. And then obviously for details that have changed for your wedding, you can message me right up until the second that I send them off to the printer if you want to change like the date, or like when they're going to RSVP by, or you've noticed a mistake. That's absolutely fine to do that. But then obviously, as we know, it's really sad that obviously, details have changed after you've sent your invites out, and a lot of people have had to postpone the weddings. And my heart really, really goes out to anyone whose wedding's been affected, because I would have been devastated as well. So I am here for you, and I can help. However I can help with stationery, I'll be there. So some examples is obviously I've done change the dates and postponement cards that we've sent out and things like that. I can also do evites and sort of PDF invitations if you don't necessarily want to get something printed and in the post, you just want something really quick and easy to send out. I can do that. I've had invitations where they've asked me to change something before they've been sent out, and I've stuck over, where the invitation is changing, we've glued something over it, and it looks like it's part of the design, but it's actually changing some of the information. Some of the details that are changed. So however whatever change it might be, I'll help come up with a solution for it. And like, if it's a really last minute change and I can't necessarily get it professionally printed, I've got a really good in-house printer and loads of paper and colours and things here, so I can do something really quick, get it out the same day for you. For example, you know, if you've had someone drop out of the, you know, your wedding at the last minute, or you've had a guest that you needed to add on last minute, and it does happen.
Yeah. That's great that you can be so flexible with it. That is brilliant, especially during these strange times at the moment.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah. So if a couple, obviously you might have some couples who are interested in discovering your work a bit more now. How do they go about contacting you?
So I would say the best way is probably just to drop me an email, and then maybe you can include a little bit of detail about what it is you're after, when your wedding is, and all those kinds of things. And then I can really reply to you in detail and give you lots more information. Or Instagram is a great place as well, because I'm on my Instagram every day. You want to just send me a quick DM to get the ball rolling. That's great. But I mean, you can phone me, you can WhatsApp me, you can submit a query through my website. I've got an Etsy shop as well. But I would say that Instagram and email are the best ways to get in touch and start chatting all things stationery.
Great. So loads of options in terms of contacting you. So when would you recommend a couple should start to contact you to discuss their invites, discuss the stationery? We get asked this question lots by our couples, so it'd be great to know from an expert like yourself.
Yeah, it is like a really tough question, when to send, what to send out and when to send it. So I always say it really depends on every couple and your sort of unique circumstances. Like, for example, if you are getting married abroad, then I would say send your invitations, or say at least you save the dates as soon as possible, so you're giving your guests as much notice to like book the time off and think about their travel plans and things. And if you're getting married at home, then there's not as much need to do that as soon. As a general rule, you save the dates out about a year before your big day, and your wedding invitations are then going to go out about 3 months before that. But if you want to do it sooner, then go for it. Why not? And obviously, another thing that sort of affects it is like if you haven't save the dates and you're just going in with invites, which some people do, they just want to go all in on the invites and get something a bit more special for that. Then maybe send them out a bit sooner than you 3 months before, just so you're making sure you're giving everyone enough notice to save that special date for you. So anyway, working back from that in terms of when you get in touch with me, I'd like to ask for about 8 weeks before you want to send them out. That just means we've got enough time to like get something that's perfect for you, especially if you're having a bespoke design. But make sure it's all perfect, all the changes you want. And then I've got enough time to send it off to the printers and assemble it all and post it out to you. So 8 weeks is about ideal to do that. But again, if you want to get in touch before that, go for it. That's great. And if it's for whatever reason, it's like you say you booked your venue kind of last minute and you're rushing to get them out, I can do that as well. So just drop me a message really, and I can help you take it from there.
That's great. So there's definitely no time like the present as well. So how long does it take, sort of the turnaround process, once a couple submit their final design? When would they expect to receive the stationery from you ready for them to send out?
So typically it's about 2 to 3 weeks after it's been sent to the printers. I'd say 90% of the time it's 2 to 3 weeks. It does depend on how complicated your order is. Like, for example, the pop-up one that I showed you earlier took me a bit longer. Yeah, but if it's like a simple save the date, then that's, that can go out really, really quickly. So as a general rule, I'd say about 2 to 3 weeks. But if you need something sooner than that, then just let me know and I can definitely accommodate it.
That's great. That's so good. And this is actually my last question for you, Shell. We've got through these very quickly. So other than the wedding stationery, are there any other items that you can provide?
Well, yes, there are. And I've got some little prototypes to show you here.
Lovely.
So anything to do with paper, I'm obsessed with, and I'd love to help with. And I like, something different and a challenge. So some examples I've got here. I mean, this is like a little thank you card that ties in with one of my invitation designs. And, you know, that's just a cute thing that you can kind of send out after your wedding day. And you can include photos from a special day if you want, or a little printed message. So that's just a little example. This is really cool. I really like this. One of my couples who are getting married in France next year asked me to make some fans for them that tied in with all their wedding invitations, same like greenery design. And it's like a little paddle fan that you can keep yourself cool with. And on one side, we've got the wedding hashtag, so for all the guests that are taking photos, what to tag it with. And on the other side, they've put the running order of the day. And I just think that's so sweet. Like, all the guests will arrive to the wedding and be given one of these, and they kind of know what they're looking forward to over the day.
I love that idea. It's so cute, so quirky as well.
Yeah, it was a great idea.
Yeah, I love it.
It would be kind of like, I mean, obviously this is greenery based, but you could do it with any colours whatsoever, have some bright flowers on there, or just keep it really, really simple. It's just, yeah, really cute. I like that. This is quite quirky, but I can do wrapping paper. If you want, you can tie wrapping paper into your wedding theme, like gift tags and things like that. I send a lot of my orders out. Like when people request gift wrap, I like to do it in this. So that's really sweet.
So cute.
We've got my wedding planner as well. Yeah, this is really cute. I had good fun designing this. There's about 65 pages. Where we're going, and it's basically everything you need to plan your wedding in style. And I saw a lot of people get these as gifts for people that have just got engaged. That's quite sweet.
That's such a lovely idea. And I suppose after planning your own wedding, you probably know all the tips and tricks that we all need to note down.
Back in the day.
So where would someone get to like the wedding planner? Is those things that you can purchase from your Etsy shop or go online and order?
Yeah, they're on my Etsy shop and on my website as well, if that's easier. There's a link to my Etsy shop as well directly from my Instagram. If you do follow me on Instagram, it's just really easy, just click on it. Or you can just drop me a message, you know, slide into the DMs.
I do think everyone should follow you just for the fact that your golden retriever, Toby, does make an appearance on your Instagram quite a lot. I am obsessed with it.
It might as well be a retriever page, to be honest.
I know.
My wedding stationery. Yeah.
Amazing. So I think we've digressed a bit from wedding stationery onto golden retrievers. So we'll go back. But that's all my questions for you this evening, Shell. So we'll see if we've got any from our audience. So Olivia has said, what is your favourite piece of stationery to design?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's got to be wedding invitations because they're just really special, and you tend to put a lot more like extra touches and features to them, like your wax seals and things like that. I've got an example here actually of one of my nice little wax seals. This is like an origami invitation. It unfolds and you have your little cards and things in, but something like that I just think is so much fun to design and so special. You put a lot of time into it as well, and that's what I love doing. So it's really
amazing. That looks absolutely beautiful. I love the origami style.
Yeah, we went to Japan last year actually. I think I've just got a little bit obsessed with it.
Oh, that's so lovely. So we'll see if we've got any more questions. I'm not sure if we do. Let's just have a little look. I think that might be everything, Shell. You've got off easy tonight. So that's it from us this evening. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Next week, I have the very great pleasure of chatting with Sam Fitton, one of our fantastic magicians. So if you're after a bit of wedding entertainment for your special day, do tune in next week at 7 o'clock on Monday night. But that's it from us. So thank you so much for joining us, Shell. It was been lovely to chat to you. Oh, you're very welcome. And we will hopefully see you all again very soon. Thank you. Bye.